Hey, did you know Long's Products is a family-owned janitorial supply with mops, brooms, trash bags, and they even have food service disposables, carry-out plates, and to-goes? Check us out.
Good evening, Larry. I'm going to go ahead and wait. If you wanted to use your phone and maybe share it live on your timeline, you can go ahead. Let's give folk a few minutes to chime in there, man.
Okay. Yeah, I'm using my phone right now.
Oh, you're using. All right. And then, of course, we're going to put that link up to purchase the tickets in the comments as soon as Steve might get it done. If he's listening in, he could post it in there for us. Let me just make sure my teleprompter here is in do not disturb, and I think we're good to go. We got a couple of people out there. So good evening, everybody. I'm Jack, and welcome to the Let's Talk show here on Urban Cast. We got some special lined up tonight. We're gonna see if we can get Larry to give us some inside scoop. Well, I know I'm not supposed to be doing it, but I'm gonna try anyway. That's what everybody want me to do, man. So you know how that goes. This Saturday in Simmesport, the UWE is bringing the heat with a night of unforgettable fights. Joining us, none other than the voice of the UWE himself, Larry, who's here to break it all down and get us all fired up for the action. And tell us some secrets if you can.
Good luck with that, Jagger.
Good luck on that one. Larry, when fans walk into the building this Saturday night in Simmesport, and we're gonna be down in Falls Parish this weekend, what kind of energy should they expect from the UWE?
Like always, man. You know, we bring we not only do we bring the highest energy in independent professional wrestling, but we bring positivity everywhere we go. You know, we just did the Warriors Project benefit wrestling show 2 weeks ago in Alexandria, which you were there for.
Absolutely.
And, yeah, I seen you out there, man. I was in the ring. I seen you out there, pumped up, waving fists. I tell you. So you know, same vibes, man. We're bringing positivity everywhere we go. We're bringing high energy and family-friendly professional wrestling.
I hear you. Now you and I before the conversation kicked off. I asked that question because that is a question that folks say. You know, they want to know. We saw some real interesting lineups here in Alexandria. Is it going to be something similar to what we saw in Alec, or anything unique about Simmesport?
Yeah, no, man. You know, we have some things that changed in Alexandria for sure. You know, we had the guy we know as the Tyrant. He got fired by the Warden for turning his back on what the Warden believed in. We had Devastation Inc. We've seen some guys join Devastation Inc. We had Ricka Wildley lose World Championship match against Austin Andrews. You know, Ruthless Devontae Adams kept his light heavyweight championship against the big man OG Dollar Johnson. You know, I mean, you know, we bring the same energy, man. But high energy and the best energy, especially to a Falls Parish.
Especially that's your hometown too, right? That's your home parish.
This is my hometown, but there's something super extra special about going to Simmesport actually, for this Lightning Man himself actually.
Oh, okay, all right. The UWE is always brings the unexpected. Can fans expect? And I know I tried to get it out of you just a few seconds ago. Is it any kind of surprise that they might pop up with or anything like that this weekend?
There's always a surprise, man. Always, man. This is professional wrestling. You never know what's gonna happen. We could have some run-ins. We can have some run-outs. You know, you could have a guy say, "I'm going to ring and whoop his butt," and he shows up and he's like, "I don't know, man." You know, that guy was a lot bigger on the pictures. You know, and they turn around and leave. I've seen it happen. You know, these guys are scared of these guys. You know,
I tell you what. You know, I was trying to get some clips when we were there Then there was action going on the floor on one side, action going on in the front on opposite side, and I wanted to run around there, and then I was at the camera. So I was trying to having to keep up. But it was a group of kids and their parents that were over to the right of me, and I think you were announcing to the left of me, and the kids, and it was something going on in the ring, and I mean it was just like, wow.
We like to call that positive chaos.
That's the defined name. Positive chaos. Okay.
Positive chaos. That means there's a lot going on, but everybody's having a good time.
Yep. For the fighters, this isn't just about the win or the loss. It's about the pride, the bragging rights, leaving it all in the ring. Who do you think? And I know you can't say anything. What's your thoughts about what's coming up this weekend and that kind of thing?
Well, Jack, it's funny you should mention that. The United Wrestling Entertainment Pro Wrestling Academy of Louisiana, which is where most of these guys graduated from. We're professionally trained by Dapper Dan, one of the greatest professional wrestlers of his time, and still one of the greatest professional wrestlers alive today. Dap is an amazing person and a very good friend of mine and a good friend of all of us. And with that being said, everybody that comes out of this academy is they're beyond what you would see, what you would imagine that they are. I mean, these guys are all great professionals. I mean, we have people right now. UWE heavyweight champion is the amazing Austin Andrews, and just him alone, that guy could wrestle a broomstick and put you on a 5-star match, man. Light heavyweight champion Ruthless Devontae Adams, man, 10 out of 10, bro. I recommend you go any wrestle match you want to see with Ruthless Devontae Adams, man. You will not be disappointed. Cowboy Cliff Rogers. The Barker of the Bazaar, Rico Wildley, Dread Express, the team of X-Storms, the Demigod X-Storms, and Punk Sinister. I mean, great, singles competitors, they're amazing. As a tag team, they're amazing. You have the Tyrant, Big Man, OG Dollar Johnson, Big Man. These guys, I mean, these guys are all trained in the United Wrestling Entertainment Professional Wrestling Academy of Louisiana.
Let's delve down into that a little bit, because that's something really unique about the idea that you guys have the United Wrestling Entertainment events and things, but you actually have training facilities where you're training the wrestlers themselves right here in Central Louisiana. Tell us a little bit more about how one could find out more information about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, of course, we are all active on social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all that type of stuff. And so anybody that wrestles or works for the United Wrestling Entertainment, you can always message them privately, and we will always give you any kind of information and that you can get in the Pro Wrestling Academy. Also, we have the Academy itself has its own Facebook page, United Wrestling Entertainment Pro Wrestling Academy of Louisiana. And also online on UWE's website, www.unitedwrestlingentertainment.com.
Okay, all right. And what does just out of curiosity, what does the training typically look like? How long is it, and that kind of thing?
Depending on how well you do, how fast you catch on. I've seen some guys go 3 months, graduate. I've seen guys go longer and graduate. Some people, some people have a gift for it. Some people have to be more trained for it. And that's with everything. I'm also a musician, and I've seen that with playing music. Some people just jump on something like, oh man, I can do that. And then some people have to be more trained. And it's just that's with everything.
You said you talked about it was going to be special, that the match was going to be there in Simmesport. But for the people of Simmesport and across Sinlaw, why is the UWE more than just entertainment, and why does it feel like a movement? Because it seems like you guys are it don't seem like it. You guys are you're picking up steam for some. Why do you think that's happening?
Well,
and that's a good thing too. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh yeah. Well, really, Jack, this is a question that you can answer better than anybody. Honestly, I mean, you in the news world, how often do you report anything good? You know, matter of fact, me and you had talked before, and you was like, it's great doing stuff that sends a positive message. That's what we want to do. And in the light of all the bad things you can see going on around, and then you got this one positive thing, it's one positive light, and of course, the world's full of positive things, and here at the UWE, we appreciate and understand and love all the positive things, but we just one more notch in that belt to be positive and send a message that you don't have to travel thousands of miles to go live your dream in pro wrestling. It's right there. It's in your back door. If anybody wants to do this, like we mentioned in our last interview, and I was just a little lightning bolt when I seen wrestling for the first time at 5 years old, and to be able to do this is an absolute dream of mine. And outside of the UWE, I'm just Larry Martin, but inside the UWE, I'm Lightning Larry Martin, and there's a difference between those two people.
Two different people, and it's interesting that you said about the positive. All I saw at the first match that I've been to in many decades is what I should say. It was definitely a family environment. There were complete families. The kids were moving around and they were just as involved as the daddies and the moms were. And it was just really, it was just a lot of energy in the room, a lot of positive energy. People left, and they were standing outside talking about the next matchup and all that kind of good stuff. So it was really serious, and and different people standing around talking to different people and the whole thing. So it was way cool to see that family environment, and that
it's where everybody can get along and come to agree on something. It's no negativity at any point. The only thing you can disagree on is who you want to win.
Yeah, that's true. You've been calling the matches now for a while. What's one of your favorite moments from from a past UWE event, and do you think Saturday has a chance to top?
Man, this is pro wrestling, man. Every day has an opportunity to top. I get stopped on the streets, just walking in a normal environment, eating at restaurants, and I've had little kids come up to me and be like, "Hey, Lightning Larry, I'm a fan," and just to see and hear that, man, this is everything that we believe in. And the real truth is, I love it for myself. But the truth is, if that kid can see me as a positive influence and maybe one day be like, I'd like to do something like that and become something more of, however they feel, man, that is the message I want to leave personally. And everyone at the UWE, that's what we want to do. We just want to set a positive message. And but as far as the funniest or one of the best things I remember, I told you on the last interview, I had a dad and a kid come in, and the dad didn't seem too interested, and then the dad ended up being more interested after 2 matches. That was pretty cool. But I had a guy one time. Now, I love the fans. I get in the ring. I like to mess with the fans, have a good time. We take pictures together. I cut up. Sometimes I walk in the fan side of things and get out of the ring. It's just a good time. But this matter of fact, this last show that you were a part of, I get in the ring and a guy standing on his chair, boo, Lightning Larry. I'm like, and I love that, man, because that gives me an opportunity to even to show the crowd that I'm even nicer than before. So if they are with me and he's against me, that means we're all together against him. So I got to remind him that, hey, man, my boots cost more in your house.
Yeah, I hear you. Somebody say I emailed the Hulk and he never got back to me. Let's see what else we got out here. Now this one hits the nail on the head right here. It's about making lasting memories.
Yeah, man. and that goes in two different ways, man. That goes not only for the fans who get to see this, you know, like you had mentioned to yourself, you know, it brought back some memories for you, you know, and you know that's a great feeling. And for us, you know, as the talent, you know, we create these memories, you know, and every day, and you know, it years from now you'll be able to tell whoever you want to, like, yeah, I remember seeing that show and these guys put that on, you know, and at least for that legacy will live on, you know.
Wow, yeah. If someone has never been to a UWE event before, why should this be the night they finally show up down in the booming metropolis of Simmesport, Louisiana?
Well, you know, early in this interview, I mentioned that this is a very special show for me. You know, for the UWE, everything we do, we give 110% to. That's wrestlers, me, the guys in the back, the guys, you know, producing. Everything we do, we give 110% to. But for me personally, this, where we're wrestling at, is in an old high school gym, and I went to that school. And so, yeah, I went to that school when I was younger, and so this is a very special event for me. So as always, I'm gonna give 110%. But this show right here, you're gonna see lightning come alive, baby, and I'm bringing it.
Yeah. So in essence, you're going home. In other words,
that's in some sort of way there, Jack. It's gonna be nice to return for sure.
Larry, is there anything else that you want to say to the crowd out there, you know, before we get ready to get out of here?
You know, I said this on the last interview, and I just said it again in this interview, but, you know, as far as Pro Wrestling Academy here in Louisiana, UWE, Pro Wrestling Academy of Louisiana, you know, follow us on Facebook, and you know, if this is what you want to do, if this is your dream, we can make that happen. You know, I had got the opportunity, and I mean, you know, I wouldn't trade anything. I wouldn't trade this for the world. And but that's not limited to just pro wrestling. You know, like I said before, and I'm just a little kid that grew up loving pro wrestling, and here I am. You know, and that means nothing is out of reach. If I made it here, you can make it anywhere, no matter how old you are, where you from, what you doing, what you want to do. You can do it. I'm telling you, 110% of mine. Put your mind to it. Hard work and dedication. It pays off.
Okay. All right. Larry, we definitely want to thank you for joining us tonight, getting everybody all hyped up for Saturday in Simmesport. To our audience, drop your questions in the comments. Let us know who you're rooting for. And make sure, you know, Larry has to kind of stay balanced there, but y'all can let us know. Y'all know the fans don't have a problem with telling you what's on their mind. And make sure to hit that like button, share button, so more people can be a part of this conversation and this fight this weekend. Tomorrow we're speaking to a grassroots group. The topic, we're going to go a little serious tomorrow night. We're going to be talking about carbon capture and sequestration. And on Thursday, we're going to be speaking with Patrick LaCour, a utility expert, on some issues that are going on right here in Alexandria. We also want to take this moment to thank our supporters, Sadler's Towing, Long's Products, Legendary Kung Fu, and Tai Chi, and now the UWE, that's the United Wrestling Entertainment Group, for standing with us as we bring the community together. Don't miss the action this Saturday night in Simmesport. Be there. It will definitely be the place to be.
Yeah.
With that said, Larry, if you could just hang tight 1 second, and we're in the stream.
Hey, did you know Long's Products is a family-owned janitorial supply with mops, brooms, trash bags, and they even have food service disposables, carry-out plates, and to-goes? Check us out.